ました。
スクロールもちょいやってみてました。
朝倉未来さんセクシーな方でしたよね。
松村和子さんはちょっとセクシーさに無理があるけども頑張ってもらいましょう。
愛は奇跡を信じる力を、孤独な心閉じ込めても一人きりじゃないよとあなた、愛を口移しに教えてあげたい。指でヒーロー、胸に眠るヒーロー、揺り起こせ命より重い夢を抱きしめて走れよ。指でヒーロー、傷だらけのヒーロー、誰でも悲しみに振り向いたら明日が見えないよ。指でヒーロー、愛は奇跡を信じる力よ。孤独な心閉じ込めても一人きりじゃないよとあなた、愛を口移しに教えてあげたい。胸のヒーロー、もらってなものヒーロー、より分かせ命より重い夢を抱きしめて走れよ。海のヒーロー、傷だらけのヒーロー、誰でも悲しみに振り向いたら明日が見えないよ。海のヒーロー、I want you to be a hero till the morning light. It's gonna be strong, it's gonna be strong, it's gonna be light in the light. You need a hero.
ほんまもんや。
朝倉さんも
名人対決になりました。赤組は山口智光さんです。
そっちも世界を歌い上げます。ワンダフルワールドお聴きください。そっくり。
I sickly disagree. Love is true. I see me blue. For me do. As it was. What a wonderful world. The collections symphony in the sky. They will say I love you. I heard babes cry. I watched them glue till I much more. And I never knew I teach myself. What a wonderful world. Oh yeah. Take it. I see trees of green and over stream. I see the moon for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. I see friends shaking hands, say, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. wonderful world.
ではビジュ4からいきたいと思います。ライオンは出ている。いきましょう。トーケンズのモノマネ。
Hello, darkness, my old friend. It was the visions of tree creeping, left the shades while I was sleeping. When the vision that was planted in my brain still remained within the sound of silence. In the street, stranger walks along narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the head of the 8th Street line, I turn my car to the cold and down. Then my eyes were slapped by the flash of a neon light. Spent the night against the sound of silence.
DJ4 さんで取り返しますよ。いいです ですね、このベースの響き。
ベースの響き弱いって女の子結構いるんだよね。
わしこれからベースの練習して
何するの色が。
何しようと思ってんですか。
エルカップ返上しようかなって。
The night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
The night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. And darling, darling, yeah. And darling, darling, yeah. Stand by me. Stand by me.
頑張れよな。これチャンピオン大会なんだからな。ここで決めないかんよ。アキラちゃんだから。分かってる分かってる。頼む。失敗しないようにな。重いんだこれ。お前も人を待たせないよな。
脇汗かいちゃったよ。
いやもう面白いですね。 BG4 Only You です。
Only you can forget all the sweets and rain. Only you can make the darkness rain. Only you. Change in me, but it's true. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the much she got you do. You never might be my one. In the only
スも最高ですね。もうグッチ雄三元冬木18番中の18番やね。
ですよね。じっくりとお聴きください。愛はすべて。
Pockets are empty. Just a weary guy. No amuse their eye. I can't give you everything. Cause my life, cause my life. Cause my life, cause my life.
アザワールドオンステージです。どうぞ。紅白両軍によるスペシャル企画、全米トップアーティストが参加したチャリティーソングを超豪華モノマネオールスターズが熱唱します。世界のスーパースターが勢ぞろい。あの名曲「We Are the World」がモノマネでよみがえる。一体どんな歌声を聞かせてくれるのでしょうか。
We are the part God's happy family and the juice, you know love is all we need. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's begin.
Alright. Turn this thing off here. Wait, is that it? No, this is it. Okay, there we go. Then is this it? No. There we go. Still need to come up with a background, so I wonder if I should change. Nah, I'll leave it where it is for now. So welcome to tonight's stream. Yeah, so me and my friend, whoops, shit, dropped my keyboard, damn it. Me being a professional as always. So we were talking about Japan earlier because one of his friends went to Japan and said he wants to become a citizen, and I said, are you sure he's sure he wants to become a citizen? Because Japanese, I mean not Japanese, parts of Japan are racist as fuck. Not necessarily the medleys that I was showing earlier, but if you look up mask, like foreigner mask, specifically like if you type into Google racist mask from Japan, you'll see things like black baby dolls, which like look like those racist dolls straight from the 1920s. It is some of the most... As a matter of fact, I would show it, but I would get flagged. That's how bad it is. And then they have things like white people masks. And of course, every white person is blonde according to Japan. And then there's... It comes with like eyelids. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Anyway, we're going to be playing Use Your Words tonight. Yeah, I do not... I'm going to get flagged as it is for probably playing copyrighted music like I did. But, like, it got me thinking after I was talking to my friend about that We Are the World thing. And that was the impetus for me digging up that stuff to use tonight during the stream. That is very true, Lewis. Yeah, nurse dolls. Baby dolls are creepy. So with that in mind, let me get this rolling here. Then I can, as soon as it pops up here, start it up. Hopefully, okay. So if I press game capture, is this it? That's not it. This one. Why is it not
Hello,
showing
friends.
up?
It's time now for Use Your Words, the party game for funny people and their unfunny friends.
No. Figures. It was showing the game before I tested the screen, and now it doesn't want to show that. Okay, so let's try that again. Yes, come on. Try not to lose it. I guess I'll have to do it this way. It's going to be more of a pain in the ass, though. Alright. So, use your words. Okay. Hey! Got it to pop up. And even better, we can see the chat better now. Alright. Press A. Let me get my tablet on here as well as the keyboard. Come on. Oh, it'd be helpful if I did it on this. So we're gonna probably see, let's use your words. Play.
Grab a web-enabled device like a smartphone, a tablet, or anything with a browser and navigate to www.wordsgame.lol. Then, enter the room code.
Really? It's not letting me use... Oh, there we go. Alright, so...
It's easy, you'll see.
There we go. Alright. So, I'm in so far. Anybody else who's watching is more than welcome to join. And while I'm doing that, let's see if I can do this so I can see chat better. Hey, Zero. Yeah, doing Use Your Words, which we haven't played, at least in Eugene's stream, about at least 6 months, if not a year. It's been a long time. Alright. More than 6 people play. Wait, spectator mode's not turned on? Watch, nobody wants to... Okay, there we go. We got another one. Wait a few more minutes. Trying to think of what other things we were talking about. Oh yeah, there's onsens in Japan that do not accept foreigners. There's like certain businesses where if you're considered a gaijin, they will not let you in, which is bullshit. Sorry, well, anybody. It's like I said, anybody's welcome to play.
Have you checked out the settings menu yet?
Well, it's sort of hard to check the settings menu if I already got the game started. Alright, so... Yeah, I don't think I can even start it with 2 people. Thought it would be more than 2 people playing, because we got 8 in chat right now. And if you're not sure how to do it, watch. None of you can see what I'm doing here. No, you guys can see the screen. Yeah, once again, words game, Jesus. Always have to butcher something during a stream. Wordsgame.lol. This is partially my fault too for not not advertising, not announcing that a stream was going to happen tonight. Although I did mention it that there probably would be. Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, that just means that they had a connection issue. Oh, that's right. Now I'm remembering what the disconnect means. It doesn't mean that they quit. It just means that they're having the Wi-Fi's. There we go. Yeah. Alright. I'll wait. Let's see. What time is it? I'll wait another 4 minutes. See if any more people come.
You can do it.
Yes, I know. Shut the... I'm gonna slap that guy. Which I know is not witty commentary, but this is just a casual stream here. Once again, anybody's welcome to join in. Got 3 out of 8 people watching. Oh, now we're down to 6. Maybe you know what? That's enough to get started. Let's see. Maybe I'm nice. All right. How much time we got left? Yeah, I'll definitely start at 6:40. Well, and hopefully you guys can stay in, the ones that are in there right now. Yeah, during the Steam sale, when I put everything into my cart, I thought I had riff tracks in there. And it wasn't until after I purchased everything that I noticed that it was Use Your Words. Which is not a bad game, mind you. It's just, in my opinion, it's not as fun as Riff Tracks. With Riff Tracks, it's actually not that hard to mod it, to put it in your own videos. And if you were in Eugene's stream, you see all the stuff I added to it. I'll never forget the time Chris went to the stream.
It isn't rocket science.
And was completely blindsided that his videos were in there being mocked. Alright, you know what? We're gonna get started.
And now, it's time to use your words.
Alright,
the
here we
glory
go.
of the silver screen. In the dumper, throw it in the garbage. It's Sub the Title. You're about to see a subtitled film clip that's missing a subtitle. And the subtitle will be filled in by you. Get ready. The clip will play twice. Now, for our feature presentation.
What the f... Okay.
Non avete permesso! Dovete sciogliervi!
Okay.
Get ready. Here's what you came up with.
One didn't come to me right away.
Non avete permesso! Dovete sciogliervi! Non avete permesso! Dovete sciogliervi! Non avete permesso! Dovete sciogliervi!
Actually, those are all pretty good.
Non avete permesso! Dovete sciogliervi!
Oh my god.
You may have noticed an extra answer in there. We always throw in one of our own house answers. When you press the house decoy button, you get to use one of the house answers for yourself. But watch out! Voting for any house answer will deduct points from your score. So pick your favorite answer, but watch out for house answers.
Let's all go to the No, let's all go to the lobby movies. Me and my regarded brain.
Let's see how you voted. Oh dear, that was a house answer.
Really? Oh, I didn't even think the other one was. Holy crap. Nicely
Dateline,
done.
right here and right now. It's Extra Extra.
Oh, we both got that done at the same time. I thought of one instantly. Because it sort of looks like them, and I can't say anymore because that would spoil it. Actually, there's a couple good possibilities with this one.
You've only got 30 seconds left, so
Wow.
wrap it up.
This better be a good answer, whoever is the last one. If he doesn't type in an answer, I think I know who is who. Because one is going to be, obviously, Film Nerd. And the other one is going to be, I'm guessing, Lewis.
Here's what you wrote.
Aww. What?
Now, vote for your
Oh,
favorite
boy.
answer. But watch out for house answers.
I think this is easy to figure out. All the people that are left. Hopefully, Lewis can jump back in here. I don't know why. Maybe I assumed wrong that there would be more people to play it. Once again, that's my fault, though. I should have advertised the stream ahead of time. It's just the last couple times that I said a stream was going to be at a certain time. OBS
You've only
has
got
some sort
30
of
seconds
weird
left, so wrap it up.
technical issue with it. And let me check the volume. Okay, you guys should be able to hear me on top of... Yeah, okay, so... do that, and that. Come on, get your butt back in there. Because otherwise this game's gonna be really dull.
Here's how you voted.
Okay, yeah.
And now, the machine that lets you blank yourself. It's Blank-O-Matic.
Alright, hopefully he's back now. The Backstreet Boys got much more popular after they stopped calling themselves... This is a reference to earlier today. Oh, you're playing Nurse Joy? Oh, that's awesome. I thought it was Lewis. Yeah, this one once again popped up for me pretty quick, especially after, let's see, my answer is going to be a bit of an obvious reference.
You've got 30 seconds left. Wrap it up.
You know what,
crying
Film
out
Nerd,
loud.
me too. If you were watching a stream earlier today by somebody else on the Discord who we all follow. Am I on 60 minutes?
Here are your answers.
All right. God. That's obviously a computer one. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
Well, I think it's going to be easy to figure out who's who. Oh, is someone new playing? Because it looks like... No, I'm imagining that. I should have figured out was Nurse Joy with the last part of that name being girly. Wasn't even paying attention to that.
"30 seconds left.
Trying to think if I have anything else I can put on. Let's see. That's not you? What? Oh, it's probably Chris. Chris is pretty voluptuous in the most wrong ways possible. Probably jumped in and decided to disconnect. I wouldn't put it past him. No?
Let's see how you voted.
I know, Nurse Joy. I'm just busting your castanets. But it's weird how somebody, you know, decided to
The
play.
magic of cinema
Not doing
is yours
anything.
to ruin. It's Sub the Title.
Ну, Шурик, пойди и скажи отцу. Ну, Шурик, пойди и скажи отцу.
Oh, God. That one came to me right away. It's just a shame nobody else really came. Once again, everybody's welcome. I'll have to see if I can invite my... Hopefully they'll jump in now.
"30 seconds.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Hold on. Settings. Isn't there a way I could kick people? You mean I can't? That is pretty gay.
Get ready. Here's what you came up with.
Ну, Шурик, пойди и скажи отцу. Ну, Шурик, пойди и скажи отцу. Ну, Шурик,
It's so sad because it's so easy to figure out who's who.
Vote for your favorite answer now.
Might have to put on something else after this. Because otherwise I'm going to either have to talk about another subject and change the name of the stream, or, yeah, once again, play something else. There is a subject I do want to talk about, though.
30 seconds.
That I haven't done on, as a matter of fact, since the statute of limitations were up on this. Even though there would have been no way I would have been arrested for it, it's an interesting story to talk about. And some of the people in chat might be familiar with it because I have mentioned it in passing several times.
Let's see how you voted, shall we?
Alright,
From around the world and right through your window pane, it's Extra Extra. Anybody got a broom?
Oh, whoops. Huh. I don't even know how much time's left. I'm just gonna go with it. Really, Fat and Gay Oh, you son of a bitch. I really hope you didn't disconnect. Because I'll just have to change the... Once again, if this is completely and utterly bombs, I'll stop this and just have another topic, which I do have one just in case.
You've only got 30 seconds left, so wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we might be in for major bomb in just a few moments. And now you guys won't be able to see my answer. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let me disconnect game capture. And in the meantime, while I disconnect that, I'm going to put away my tablet really quick, and more importantly, turn this off. Why did you come back on? So I'm going to be discussing somebody who is no longer... Well, that may not be true. They're probably still a LOLcow. It's just... I would encourage people in chat not to engage with this person. Only because they could easily become a LOLcow again, and I prefer for them not to go that route again, because, and I'll explain why in a minute. Alright, so let me put this back here, charge my tablet, put this shit in here. No, oh wait, that's not the right one. Alright, that's the right one. There we So, about the game stream bombed. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change the name of it right now. Game night bombed discussing a old LOLcow I used to troll. LOLcow I used to troll sounds like some sort of song from the 70s. Alright. And now I got the other problem of looking up this person's videos and... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's called this, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to show you the thing that was technically illegal, and I'll first discuss why this person could have went after me technically if they wanted to, but the police wouldn't have done anything anyway. Then we'll get into the specifics as to why this person was an asshole. Okay, so let's see. This was during the time, by the way, when I was trolling multiple people. And I do mean multiple people at once. Alright, so... Oh yeah, let me turn... Yeah, I did turn off that one. Go here. Pot player. Okay. And... Alright, add URL. Oh yeah, I gotta check to see if... Oh my god, I'm a regard. I'm a complete and utter regard. Because I accidentally turned off the chat on my, No, I didn't. It's right here. God, if it wasn't for the fact that my head... I swear to God. I always feel like I lose track of things and then I sound like a complete regard, which I'm not. So, let me get this started here. We're going to start at the end of this, basically, tale for me. So we're working backwards. Alright, so... Pot player. Why isn't this playing? Oh, that's very odd. Is it because... Oh, it's because of that. I believe. Capture... One more time.
These are all the people that were sent to my...
Okay. I know what I did wrong. Animated background. That should do it. If this doesn't do it, so help me God. Alright, one more time.
These are all the people that were sent to my doorstep for a fake ad. Thank you for publishing my fucking address.
Alright. So this is where I start explaining things here. So there was this guy, I'm gonna have to use his real name at one point. That I can't help. His online name is Ace Salieri. And he, what was that famous series that he got really big by? Oh yeah, Reviewing a Reviewer. So this was back in the day when a lot of people were making crappy video game reviews and not many people were talking about them yet. So there wasn't, for example, people talking about like not many people talking about LOLcows at this point. This is about 2008, 2009 when he started. And he was actually he was really good at what he did. Over time, though, he became more and more hypocritical. So, what do I mean by this? He went hard on AVGN at one point for taking donations, starting a GoFundMe for that first shitty film that he did, the AVGN the movie. Which I do have to admit, that was a big piece of big piece of shit. I'm trying not to talk like him. What happened shortly after that, because he vowed never to take donations from anybody, never to eBay, he got an NES from somebody. And he promised that he would never sell this thing. He ended up doing that. Then he started selling things, which once again is not as bad as e-bagging, but progressively over and over time he just became this shill. But even worse, his ego, I mean this waft of complete and utter pretentiousness would just go through all of his videos. I mean, they did before, but they really bled through later in the series. So what I'm going to try to look for, I don't even know if Encyclopedia Dramatica is up right now. But if it is, that's what I'm going to show next. Because the impetus for me, when I started to troll him, because I was already trolling George at this point. Let's see, where is it? So, Ace Ellie Airy, Encyclopedia Dramatica. Oh, wait a minute. I did it wrong. It came up the first time, and I didn't even... Alright, so... Yeah, this is what happens when I have crap that I haven't... I wasn't expecting this. I thought I was going to be playing games the whole night. No, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so try that one more time. If it doesn't work, is this it? No? Really? Oh, because now everything I'm going to have to tell I don't have screen caps for, which is going to make this a complete and utter pain in the ass. Is anybody still with me at this point? Because if not, I think I might end the stream here. Because it's hard for me to tell right now since I'm still looking for this page. Let's see. Yeah, the site is down, motherfucker. Trying to think of what I can do at this point. Oh, you're here? Okay. So there was a point, and now I can only do this via like secondhand information. Technically. So I not necessarily hacked my way onto his Facebook page, but I was able to see what he was sending out to people as messages. And one day, he just talked mad shit on his wife. Who they had two daughters together, one of them autistic. And was saying to his wife on Facebook, calling her, if I remember, retarded, telling her to snap out of her manic episodes, which she was bipolar, by the way. And the fact that he had to do that on Facebook, I just thought was completely and utterly scummy. And I'm not even kidding. He discovered that his information was being leaked at some point. And he essentially started banning people from his page, which didn't help because I was still able to see stuff. And he got really quiet at that point. But he just progressively became more and more unhinged. And what you're seeing here is basically... this was sort of like almost my last hurrah. I did make YouTube videos after this, but by and large, I step back a little bit. Not to mention there was this great YouTuber by the name That's Doable that did a lot of great videos on Ace Salieri, in case you guys want to look him up. So the fact that he was doing this like complete and utter douchebaggery led me to do this. So I put out a Craigslist ad one day. And this was inspired by the last chapter of the Phone Losers of America book. And for anybody who has not read that book yet, I'd encourage you to, because I learned a lot, not just about how to set up pranks, but to do other things in regards to social engineering. And in general, it's a hilarious book if you can get a hold of it. And it's free on their website somewhere, on Phone Losers of America's website. So I wanted to do the last chapter specifically. And this was something Brad always wanted to do, but he knew he'd get busted for. His idea of the most ultimate prank ever was to call up a bunch of small businesses and have them all show up at the house the same time. So, for example, he would call up a florist saying that he's having a wedding or a funeral at such and such house, to be there, like, let's say at noon. And he would call up a caterer and say, I need to set up an appointment to be there at noon, and so on and so on and so on. And then he would call up restaurants and pizza places for takeout orders to have it delivered at noon. And I think you guys see where this is going. To a point where there's a complete and utter car cacophony in the neighborhood. He specifically said, too, he wanted to do it in a cul-de-sac, which would make it even harder to get in and out of. Just to, like, have people, like, say, what the fuck is going on here? Because Brad was always about trying to put a smile on people's faces whenever there was something ridiculous going on. Like a traffic jam in a neighborhood and everybody's going to your house claiming that they had appointments with you that you never set up, and or even worse, that you weren't there to begin with. So with that in mind, I didn't want to be vindictive. So I didn't want people to, like, for example, break into his house. I wanted to set it up in the reader's mind that there's some sort of sympathy or empathy that can be felt. And so I had to think about this the best way possible. I basically said, my kid just passed away. By the way, this kid had, for a kid, this was back in the early 20-teens somewhere. I posted this pic of, like, Nintendo 64 games, PlayStation 2 games, like, games that would... older than that, Atari games, and like wall-to-wall games, and said, my kids passed away, I don't know what to do with all this stuff, and I'll have it out on the porch if you guys want to pick it up, to go ahead and do it, and if not, knock on the door, that sort of thing. So, what you're seeing at this point in the video is all the people coming by and asking for these games. So yeah, with that in mind, let's continue.
And putting it online for people to see. Now there's cars upon cars of people coming over here to harass me. I'm guessing you also came for this ad on Craigslist. Can I see it? Can you please leave me alone then?
Please leave me alone. I want you... I didn't say this, by the way, but this guy is a full-blown narcissist. Never said it to his face. I used to be subbed to his channel for many years. And when I started putting all these pieces together, rather. Exactly, Jake. I don't know why the stream disconnected either, by the way. That was weird. So, yeah, he's, like, demanding people to either show them the ad or get the hell out when they're just innocent people, which if any other person that this happened to would feel bad for them. They wouldn't make it about them. No audio? Well, on my end? Really? Testing, 1, 2, 3. It says my audio's going here. Try unmuting the video. I don't know, Nurse Joy. You got audio, okay. So, let me see what the analytics are. Oh, so I got 5 people. Alright. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we're at the point in the video where once again he's blaming everybody. He's making, and you're gonna see the narcissism. Why can't I say that word correctly? I just said it correctly a few seconds ago. Is just on full display when he shows his face. And he always does that, where he does that consistently in all of his streams now. But you could see the douchebaggery going on.
Wow. Wow. The harassment doesn't stop.
Oh.
Very nice of you guys.
So, according to Ace Salieri, these people were there on purpose to harass them. Once again, he makes like any other LOLcow, turns any situation into his own. Once again, if this happened to me, I would put a sign out in the lawn saying there are no games here. That would probably alleviate the problem. No games. And if someone came to the door, I'd have like a sign on the door saying I did not put that ad on Craigslist. Something to that effect. Just completely and utterly selfish.
Did you come here because of an ad on Craigslist? Do you have it by any chance? I've been looking.
It says it's flagged for removal.
Oh, good. That means some people have finally been.
Oh yeah. So he was completely paranoid about this ad. Once again, not thinking things through. That maybe put a sign in the lawn. A simple little, like, if you have a cardboard box, cut it up. I'm sure most people have a marker in their homes. Write in marker, put it on the garage, put it, and make a sign out of it. No games. That's all he had to do. And not just did he, like, had the need, if that was me, I would have probably left. Locked up everything and left. So that way I didn't have to deal with this if I was that stressed out. But maybe I'm weird and I'm sane, I don't know. Or I'm insane, who knows?
Removing this ad, yeah. I've been getting people coming in, I've already had to turn away like 10 people at the door today.
Oh, that's right, that's the other thing. I had them all come at a specific time like in the book. I forgot about that.
Saying that apparently I'm giving away free video games over here because my son died.
Yeah, that's what it said on there. I'm sorry.
It's such a bullshit thing. How can people do that kind of stuff? No. And the worst part is I can't even call the cops on these bastards because it's gone now. The only problem.
So he could have called the cops, and this is why I started to lay low as a troll after this. Not that I ever identified myself. Was so he couldn't find out who I was at the time. But it's like I said, and we're gonna go sort of forward and backwards after this video, like of all the things that he did. But he's a complete and utter scumbag. And, oh, Lewis, you're going to like this. So just like Meth was reading a blob book about his glorious life. And you read George's book. I think I'm going to be reading his book that he wrote about his father, who was a spy. And not just any other kind of spy, a fucking evil... this is the thing that I still do not understand. He paints people... He painted his father as being this heroic figure that you should admire. He sold AMD and Intel secrets to the Soviets and the Cubans and the Chinese, and I believe the Iranians as well. But, so, classic narcissist behavior, almost sociopathic, by the way, of not just putting himself in danger, but putting his family in danger as well. So that's something I'm going to be showing after this. I forgot to mention, because the camera hasn't been pointed on yet, but they're Argentinian, and I've noticed Argentinian are some of the most egotistical people in South America for some reason. I don't know why. It once again, just might be personal experience, but they have this bravado that is not attractive to me. But once again, I'm not saying about all Argentinians, but like some of the ones I've met have been, just people that I do not want to know. Yeah, so let's continue.
Is now how the hell do I get rid of all these people?
Just down the street.
Have put up a sign, you dumbass. It's that simple. You're making this complicated. I know Nurse Joy, right? Yeah, I'm going to be showing the book in, let me think. Do I want to show it today, or do I want to do it like Lewis and or Meth? I don't know if I should live stream it, or if I should do a Lewis kind of reading of it, where I, upload videos, doing sort of a, point by point, how do I put... well, Lewis is far more articulate about it than I am, but it's it's not that it's poorly written. It's spelling's good, grammar's good. It's just his father is batshit insane. You know what? Fuck this. Okay, so you guys get the basic gist of this already. I'm gonna go back later to play his reaction. I want to look up the video he made with his family. Oh, I might as well play the part after all these people come, because it's sort of the same thing over and over and over. Oh, there we go. So my son died recently, and we are trying to get... Yeah, so this is basically... once again, I wrote this with mind that I didn't want, sociopathic thieves coming over, possibly home invaders, because I have it in that part of the country at the time. I was actually trying to think of him and his family the best way I could, and yet still going directly after the man, and not, once again, the family. So, where is he at? Okay, so yeah, this is Ace Salieri. One other thing I should note before I go on, hey, I'm from Argentina and everyone knows we are better. I love you, Jake, though. But once again, I'm not saying all Argentinians I've met are bad. It's just there's some that are really pretentious and not as smart as they think they are. And this is coming from somebody that is the least articulate person probably in the troll Discord. But you could already see almost gloating about it in a way, how he feels like he's the victim and he's going to turn this once again into himself, or make this about himself. And not once in this video did he mention that, oh, you're from Texas, sorry. But not once in this video does he mention his family. Like, when he was talking to people, did he say, I don't want you guys to be here because I have a family and, like, I'm afraid of them. Had he been that much more honest with them, I think they would have been that much more sympathetic. But you could just see, you could see it in his eyes, that LOLcowness thing going on. That schadenfreude sort of glee going on. But yeah, so let me play the rest of this uninterrupted, and then we'll get into some of the good stuff shortly.
Congratulations, trolls.
Oh.
Flagged. Oh. But apparently someone put another ad up or something.
I just looked at it before I got in my car.
So it's another ad then?
I guess.
Wait, did I put up another ad after that? I don't remember.
That's nice. That's just nice. It happens, man. Congratulations, trolls.
Yeah, doesn't that invoke pity from the person watching? This backfired on him really bad, by the way, and he ended up deleting the video, and there's several people that have archived it since. But, yeah, he had a huge dislike ratio from what I remember after this. Partially because it was uploaded on Encyclopedia Dramatica, but it was shared on a bunch of other places, and it was gaining, like, not becoming viral, mind you, but I think it had thousands of views at one point before he took it down.
You don't like videos I make, so you decided to pull a prank on good old Asa. So, now that you've seen the results of your childish prank, do you feel proud?
Yes.
Are you happy with the results?
Yes.
Does it make your dick hard
You
knowing
know
that you actually have to resort to looking up people's personal information?
All right, now, he's lying his ass off here. His personal information was already up on Encyclopedia Dramatica and other places on the internet. So, once again, he's lying his ass off here. At this point, his docs was all over the place and wasn't really careful at hiding it either, because in some videos, I never looked it up at the time, but you could clearly see what the number of the house he lived at. You couldn't see this. Wait, could you see the street? I don't think so. But there were several videos where he would go outside and film, and it was usually toward his house, so you couldn't see directly where he lived at, but you could sort of figure it out. But I know I didn't dox him. Somebody else did, and he thinks this is all one person. This is A. Salieri. He is, it's funny. So I'll explain this again really quickly. He, of course, like all LOLcows, wrote a book about his dad, which I'll be doing I'm going to be reading that. Oh, this is one of the pieces of good news. So unlike George and Blob, he took his book off of Amazon because of how bad it was. That, and they actually made a documentary about his life at one point, which is insane. And not A. Salieri's, but his dad's. Once again, his dad was a spy. He sold Intel and AMD secrets to the Soviet government, the Chinese government, the Iranians, and the Cubans. And it wasn't because he was a communist. It was because he did it for the money. Asa never mentions this, by the way, but you get that sense in the book. Oh, and by the way, if you do want to see the documentary on Asa Dad's life, it's on Netflix, I believe. It's called is it El Duce? Something like that. All right, so let's finish this up.
Online, and you have to spread it around, you know, and you have to resort to messing with people's families and getting personal with them.
This is the first time he mentions his family, by the way. Could not give a shit less about them when he was outside. And once again, you guys saw the ad. I wrote the ad in a way for people to feel sympathetic toward the person, as opposed to, oh my god, let's get this free shit. Don't get me wrong. There were people that, wanted the free shit, but they didn't want to, be assholes about it. Yeah, as you guys saw, there was a tactfulness that most of the people had. They didn't look like your ordinary assholes. They looked like sympathetic ones.
Because you don't like the videos they put online?
No, because it was all about the way you were treating your wife, your dad, who we're going to see in just a moment, and a lot of other, his e-bagging, a lot of other things he did online at the time, and in typical Asa fashion, makes it about himself. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Wow. How sad and pathetic.
Yes, you
Perhaps what's even sadder and more pathetic.
This is full-on projection, too. Everything he says here, it definitely applies to himself.
Pathetic is knowing that you can't claim ownership for this deed.
Well, I can now. Statute of limitations have long since passed. And keep in mind, too, I wasn't afraid of being arrested, one, because I was a state over, but also there was no crime really committed other than a prank. And pranks, unless there's some sort of crime that goes with it, like, for example, if, let's say they vandalized the place and or did something that was not necessarily a felony, but close to it, they would have probably gone after me. But I did it, once again, I did the ad in a way so the reader would take empathy with whoever this person living at this address was. And they didn't know, obviously, that it was him at the time.
I mean, the moment you do, you identify yourself, and then your ass is grass.
Who cares now? What are you gonna do? And even, let's say back then, even if I wanted to, it wasn't about me. That was another reason why I never fully identified myself at the time, because I wanted this to be about him and his misdoings and just his e-begging, his just general attention whoring. Oh, I forgot to mention, you know how George was an actor? Or is an actor and, did his public access show? So, in addition to his YouTube channel, he did theater and, oh my god. It's like his voiceovers, which I should be playing later, it's like bad Funimation. It almost goes to meteoric, but for amateur level. It's not good.
So the only person that can laugh at this pathetic thing is you.
Yeah, which is why he took this down, because thousands of other trolls were laughing at you for this.
Well, you and whatever basement-dwelling, borderline psychotic faggot that also thinks this is funny and...
Way to go, Asa. Bravo. Once again, if you're trying to get sympathy and trying to make people feel bad, you are doing the complete opposite here. A complete and utter failure. It is funny. It's funny that he thought he was going to get a positive reaction from doing this. I don't know what he was thinking.
thinks, oh, great, someone finally soft it to him. Let me remind you, folks, I make videos online.
And you eBay, and you... This was the other thing. He would use his family in videos to, once again, get more views. Well, I shouldn't say all the time, but he would do that. And attention whore like a motherfucker. I mean, and I'm not even kidding either. Like, if there was any way he could make a quick dollar, or just generally speaking, do things where he didn't actually have to go to work for a living. Although he used to at one point, but he hadn't been working a long time at this point. I'm trying to remember where he used to work originally. But I stopped paying attention to Asa years ago.
I'm not a rapist. I'm not a serial killer.
But you are a con artist, which is just as bad.
I'm not a murderer.
And by con artist, I mean trying to con people into, making them donate money, essentially.
Not a criminal. I make videos that inevitably some people are going to like and some people aren't.
Well, thank you for that statement, Captain Obvious. That's like me. I make videos, and just the other day, there was somebody who came to my stream busting my balls that I was making some commentary about myself in regards to George. Or no, it wasn't George, it was Roger. So what? That doesn't make you superior.
What's the big deal?
To show your character?
Perhaps that's what you hate the most, Mr. Troll, is that you're a bitter, borderline psychotic person.
Nope. The opposite is true. I have a lot of friends. I do the opposite. This is something a lot of LOLcows don't seem to understand. It's like, just as, normal people play video games, or, watch... Not many people watch TV these days, but I'm just going to use that as an example. More so YouTube. Or, collect coins. You could have more than one hobby at once, Asa. And this is... I don't know why you're making this comparison, other than to, once again, try to elicit sympathy, to try to get something out of somebody.
Who's miserable and has no life, nothing to do with her life, probably no aim. You're sitting there,
and pointing at you and laughing. Yeah, that I did.
Hating on humanity.
Look at that face. That's almost bitter beer face right there. Even George doesn't give that "oh, woe is me" look when he makes... Well, occasionally he does, but not nearly this pathetic.
Bitter and lonely with your life. Nobody to hold your hand, nobody to give you a kiss or fuck you.
That's probably projection, considering he was fighting with his wife at this time. I know, I forget if he was sleeping downstairs. I know they were not necessarily on the outs for a while, but they were not getting along that great at one point. And it was, once again, it had nothing to do with the internet. It's just Ace Salieri's general narcissism and contempt toward humanity.
Anything.
Mostly taught to him by his dad.
You're just pathetic.
And you're just projecting.
And I, a person you consider a talentless hack, that you hate, that you don't like what I do.
Hate is a strong word. I definitely don't like you. But yeah, you're definitely not the greatest human being that's walked this earth. Borderline immoral, some of the stuff that you've done.
I actually have a family that cares about me.
Okay, so you guys have heard it so far. The only time he brings up his family is to get sympathy. I once again, when Eugene, something happens in the family, the dog barks, you hear Junior crying in the background, he goes to that right away. When when Asa used to make videos, I think he told this kid to be quiet one stream. And he used to do his streams really far away where he couldn't hear his kids, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've kept track of them. But, yeah, you're lying here.
You will die alone, and I will die surrounded by my happy, loving family.
Yeah, you look so happy here.
That's really what eats you up inside. So,
what was up with that cut there? Unless you really started to rage and or said something that you knew was going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, that was the prank that someone sent to my house, folks. Till next time.
It wouldn't surprise me, by the way, too. Like I said, his dad, I do not want to call him a grifter because he definitely always figures out a way to get money. But where is it? I gotta find mathematicians. Okay, so this is this was before he started the A Salieri channel, and this was him promoting his book. So this is going to be sort of a palate cleanser for things that are going to be coming up in the book that I'm going to be doing in the future. Wait a minute, something happened? Why is it still going? Unless it got flagged, which I don't think it did. Something happened. Oh, there we go. Now, I do have to say this. Normally, I bust on people who do anything in Windows Movie Maker, but this was 2007 when this was still, an acceptable video editing program to use. Copyright strikes against me. This is probably like my 50th copyright claim against me tonight. So when this video is done processing, come back later and see all the music that I've completely ripped off tonight. It should be interesting. Come on, did the text really need to be that slow? I know Mission Impossible is an awesome theme, but this is just, even back then, way too fucking long as an intro.
Hello, my name's Eric Gay. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my dad, Bill Gay.
In 1983, my dad was working at Advanced Micro Devices, one of the largest microchip manufacturers in the world. That year, he approached the Cuban government and offered to provide American technology in support of their revolution. For several years, he crossed the Mexican border and delivered information from AMD to Cuba.
Now, isn't that admirable already? Somebody who's selling secrets to fucking Cuban government? And I'm sure that this is the other thing. The only practical way they could have used that technology would have been to sell it to the Soviets. Because how could they have... There would have been no way back in the 70s for them to produce that kind of chip and have it be effective. I'm a little baffled by this.
The Cubans exchanged this information with the Soviet Union and its allies for badly needed equipment. So successful was my dad in this secret operation that one...
Oh no, his dad was a narcissist. A complete and utter narcissist. Like father, like son, the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree, whatever you want to say. Basically, this is what I learned later, that his dad just wanted money. That's all this was about, was money. So he was essentially playing against a bunch of other people. He played the Cubans against the FBI, and I'm trying to remember. He was playing all these people against each other for money. And you're going to see it later because he's going to show a video of his dad in a kitchen. And in the video, he's going to get hundreds from this FBI agent. And doesn't have any shame about showing the agent's face. Because who knows if they were still, being an active... cannot say it. Being active at this time.
One day, Fidel Castro invited him to the island. However, in Cuba, my father lost his love for the revolution and decided to work with some Cuban agents to overthrow the regime.
Oh, and I'm sure that worked really well. Once again, there's more to this than this that he's really telling here. From what I remember, he was just playing off of a bunch of people to get money.
In 1992, my dad turned himself over to the CIA. The CIA turned him over to the FBI. And the FBI began to use him in a counter-espionage operation.
So, in other words, I'm sure, he got caught at one point. And his dad... once again, one of the things that narcissists are, at least the smart ones, are really good at doing, is manipulating people. So, right now, at this point, he's getting the FBI to play against, let's see, so, that was, whoever did that, but, Jesus, I forgot, now I lost my train of thought, but you guys get the idea. This is not somebody to be admired.
Against Cuba. The FBI even helped him land a job, of all places, at AMD's competitor.
I do have to say, collective facepalm. Why would the FBI, knowing that he sold AMD secrets to Cuba, give him a job at Intel? So, either he's lying here, his dad's lying, and or the FBI are a bunch of idiots. Either one I'm willing to believe. But considering it's coming from A. Salieri, I do not know what to believe here.
Intel Corporation. Having no assurances against prosecution for his earlier activities, my father took the precaution to record and film FBI agents specifically in the act of reimbursing him for his expenses.
How's it going, Mr. Brennan? Oh, not much.
Isn't it something to be proud of? That your dad is getting handouts from the FBI and working at Intel. So it's not like he was hurting for money to begin with. It'd be one thing if he was in the witness protection program, then yeah, that's understandable. You need money to survive. He was working. He had no problems with fucking money at this time and was still getting handouts.
That one was the 20th. This one's a previous bill, 2120. This one is 26. It says previous bill, so I can see that.
Now, isn't this admirable? Once again, his son, A. Salieri, being the thoughtless prick that he is, didn't even think of to censor this guy out and or to cut this part of the shot out. Why would you do that? That is complete and utterly shameful.
Crazy. I said 29 cents. Oh, bang, bang. Stamp. U.S. postage. 20, 25, 26, 27, 8, 20, bang. There. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to do this whole thing over again.
Things went sour when Intel found out through the Semiconductor Association that this high-ranking employee had been a spy. Intel fired him. But not before he filmed the entire spec system necessary to make the state-of-the-art chip, the Pentium.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And is there a way for me to do a poll here? Because I don't want to have to go through, let's see. Can I go through here? No. Damn it. Oh well. How many of you guys would be proud if your dad was a spy selling secrets to people he's not supposed to? Selling industrial secrets, let's say. Motherfucker, stop sending me shit. Hold on, I have to send a message to my friend that I'm streaming right now. Wait for you guys to respond while I'm messaging him. To me, it's shameful. I would be completely ashamed of my dad if he did this kind of shit. I don't think there's any reason to be proud of this guy. Once again, maybe that's just me.
He then peddled this information to China and Iran. Intel security chief Steve Lund caught up with him in South America, and eventually, my dad was arrested.
Finally?
He ended up serving almost 3 years in prison.
If you'd like to find out more about this interesting story, join me at nylaandbill.com.
The site is no longer active, and the book is no longer being sold. So, let me, because I forget what part of mathematics not Bill. Is his name Bill Gates? No. Yeah, it's Bill. All right. I could say his name because he's a public figure. Bill Gaede. I can never say Guillermo. Oh, I just said it. Gaede. I'm trying to look for what field of mathematics he was a specialist in. Okay, yeah, here's what I'm looking for. In 1997, Gaede developed a critique of mathematical physics, which was centered upon the semantic issue of the popular presentations of general relativity, quantum mechanics, and string theory. On February 20th, 1998, Gaede completed his critique in book form, along with theory of light, magnetism, and gravity developed as a recreated model of physics in light of his destruction of the old models. His model is known as rope hypothesis. This book remained unpublished until 2008 under the title Why God Doesn't Exist, which I don't even think is for sale anymore, if I remember correctly. I'll have to check that in a minute. With his main contention being that mathematical physics constitute a religion, and also a possible premise for arguments relating to the existence of God. I in all my time, because not that I'm an expert on the subject, I do know a little bit about math. People who talk about general relativity and quantum mechanics, I've never heard any of them talk about theology. None of them. The vast array of his arguments revolve around the fallacy of reification or misplaced concreteness. Gaide explains that all of his theories of mathematical physics use abstract concepts and physical objects acting in reality. Forces, waves, points, fields, and so on are not physical but conceptual, according to Gaide. So, with that in mind, I wonder if he still has his YouTube channel. Oh, okay. So if you do want to go on Amazon Prime, it was both on Netflix and Amazon Prime. El Crazy Che is the name of the documentary. El Crazy Che. Where's his YouTube channel? Because it is genuinely insane. And I'm not even saying that just to say that. Oh, I haven't checked chat in a while. You're pronouncing it like you would pronounce Gata. The only reason I say that is because I think he pronounced it like that once. I could be wrong. Lewis, I need to learn the language. That's my fault. Bill. Okay, so. Because I just want to show you how weird. Because it doesn't sound like that these videos come from the realm of reality. Oh, okay. So this once again comes from him. So let's see. Add URL. I want you to keep in mind that this video comes from somebody that's in his 70s. He's an old guy. So we're switching the subject from A. Salieri to his father, Bill.
Okay, so let's go with the first question or comment that people made. It's related.
Bill is on the right,
first
obviously.
extinction. There's like 4 questions there, so let me address those first. Says whether from infections or immune activation in the womb, chemicals and electromagnetic stressors.
Is it me or does he look like Dr. Wily here? he looks like a Mega Man villain.
Or a neuroinflammatory profile, other than in the case of no hard genetic cause has been found. Yeah, a lot of people believe that autism is related to chemical activity and not to what we propose here, and that is that it's got at least something to do, or quite a bit to do, with the fact that we've lost genetic diversity. That's my argument.
So, folks, if you guys, anybody, got the vaccine, you guys have lost your genetic diversity. Remember, this is the kind of sane man that we're dealing with here. He doesn't provide any facts behind this, as you will hear in all these videos. Now, I've never seen this video before, by the way. You know what's hilarious about that? The light brown recluse, since you don't want me to use your IRL name, he lived in America for a long time and tried immigrating back to the United States at one point. Yeah, Nurse Joy, he is just batshit nuts. Like, way into fuck it.
Okay, And people question that, especially people who go against vaccines, who believe that the corporations are poisoning us with a lot of chemicals that they put in the food and things of that nature. Okay, and another fellow along the same lines, he says, lack of genetic diversity never prevented rabbits, cats, or camels from overtaking the country. The mouse experiment also blamed population density. So what explains mass homosexuality and autism in rural Australia?
Keep in mind, he has his own set of trolls too. By the way, I forgot to mention that. So I don't know if a serious person asked him this, or if this is the work of people. I'm trying to remember where most of his trolls came from. I don't remember if it was 4chan or Ed, but he has his own trolls that really fuck with him hardcore.
Okay, I think the problem is chemical. Again, all these people believe that it's chemistry, right? It comes from polluted food or polluted medicines. Okay, so yeah, lots of people today, especially those who are a little wary about the government intervening in their lives. They believe there is this conspiracy, I guess. It is a conspiracy theory in a sense. There is some truth to it. I'm not going to say that it doesn't affect us at all.
I knew he was going to say that too. Like, he has this contrarian sort of personality. It's like you say the sky is blue, then he'll say it's yellow. He's that kind of guy. He disagrees just for attention. And this is why he's amassed the amount of trolls that he has online.
But I don't think that's the primary mover for why we're having some of these, we could say, mental problems, and we put them all together. Okay? Personally, I think a lot of that has to do primarily with genetic diversity. We lost it. And secondary, maybe density has something to do with it. We're all in the cities. We're all cramped in there more or less. And, we don't know who our neighbor is anymore, even though he lives next door,
Now, is it me, or does this just sound like an old man ranting about good old days? It says it's very fancy talk for, I wish things would go back to the way things used to be. This is essentially what he's saying here. And this has been the kind of topic that, like, my grandmothers used to say when I was a kid. That things were much better when bread used to be a quarter, and you could buy a small home for around $10,000. Once again, there's good and bad things to everything. He hasn't correlated anything to his theories yet. We got to take everything he says at face value and not question him.
In an apartment. And so I think that's got some effect on people, the educational system, okay? A little bit of that. But if I had to weigh it on the scale, I would say that 80% of it at least has to do with genetic diversity. And part of that, the reason I think that way is because of Calhoun's experiments showed that after 2 years that the mice were multiplying. Okay, for those of you who know what happened there.
I believe, I gotta double check this. I believe the Calhoun experiment is the same thing as the mouse utopia. Let's see. Let me just double check this. Just so I'm not talking... Oh, it's a behavioral sync. Oh yeah, a series of rat utopias. Okay, so I'm right. Oh, God. So predictable. So predictable. Mouse outbursts and musical numbers. Wait a minute, Jake, have you seen his other video then? Maybe you do know this guy. Because he does do a musical number with Asa. I'm not even shitting around about that. Um, this is filled with so much stupid. I don't even know where to go first. Keep in mind, I actually do agree with the Mouse Utopia. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, go on the Down the Rabbit Hole channel when you're done. But the example and the way he's justifying it here doesn't hold much water for me. Jesus, I accidentally hit the wrong button.
They came first from the same stock. Okay, we have the founder's effect there. And that's followed by the fact that, they had density. After a while you had 1,000 mice, and after a little while you had 2,000 mice, always in the same space. And so I think those are the primary.
Well, also, there's another name for this, and that's exponential growth. And, population increase is definitely going to affect the world at some point. But we're not talking about, at least in my personal opinion, until we reach, let's see, it's going to be at least a minimum not half billion. I'd say even, what comes after? It's going to be after 1 trillion that we start probably seeing these problems. Because it's not like we're seeing many food shortages in stores, and when it is, it's usually government sanctions. Although, wait a minute, what am I saying? In some parts of the world, people do starve, but that's for reasons other than food availability. Once again, I'm not a scientist, but I do get a general gist of what this shit is all about.
Factors. And I think that's what's happening to humans as well, which was, by the way, the conclusion of Calhoun, okay, that they went berserk, all these mice, because of...
Once again, I don't know why I paused it, because I've not seen this video before. Basically, when a population gets big enough, it's like a prison, essentially. That people start fighting each other for resources, and governments break down, and I agree with that. I just think it's going to happen far, far down the road, and I don't think it's happening now. Which is what he's trying to make it sound like here.
Density. He didn't even I don't think he considered founder's effect. Maybe he did, I don't know. But I would say that's probably the primary cause. And here we have another fellow along the same lines. I'm really getting tired of your religion of clones. There's more difference between me and my fellow man than there is between all the dogs, wolves, and coyotes in the world. I think that's not true. Okay, I think he's got his data wrong. I think dogs, wolves, and coyotes are different species. We are the same species.
They're all canids. They're all canids. Come on. If this is coming from a guy that worked at Intel and AMD, you should know this. They all belong to the canid family. This isn't rocket science that we're dealing with here, or developing new microchips that you can steal and sell to the fucking Chinese.
Different races. And so I don't think what he's saying there is not true. I don't think that's a fact, okay? And he says, we are a diverse, huge species cluster, and we certainly aren't having any inbreeding troubles. I'm going to dispute that. Here we have a case of the chimps, okay? Some news from the past, 2012, chimpanzee populations living in relatively close proximity are substantially more different genetically than humans living on different continents. They had like 100 chimps, and they had more genetic diversity than the entire human race. And so I think that's the first bit of...
Well, it could be evolution. It doesn't necessarily have to do with close proximity. Because, how do I articulate this? Here's the thing that doesn't compute with me here. God, I'm starting to lose my fucking mind here. Because he makes the point, he uses the mouse utopia theory to talk about how we're, becoming genetically more and more the same. When it's not like the jungles are exactly, huge places where primates can, how do I articulate this? Meet other chimps more. God, this is really hard for me to articulate, but where he's going with this is all wrong. Let's see. PLOS Genetics, a study suggests that. Let him say it.
Data, right? Take it for what you want. And here's another, okay? Oh, on the other side. And here's the other one. Let's see if we can get this up here.
He completely goes over the PLOS Genetics. It's almost as if reading the rest of this would negate his point.
These are the couple cases. One is Charles.
Oh my God! He. All right. So he has a tendency of, and you can tell this because he uses the same font with all his whatever things he makes. So. Yeah, this is so made by him. And if you've been to his website, you know what I'm talking about, which I encourage you to do. Yeah, exactly. What's his point? It's hard to follow, because he's an old man, it's hard to follow what he's doing right now. Because, I would even argue, at some points, this is harder to follow than what? Because he tries to spin this, since, I, worked at Intel, I worked at AMD, I'm a mathematician, I know what I'm talking about. And just hearing him talk about these general experiments, yeah, he doesn't mention anything about evolution here, just inbreeding. If that was the case, I think the human race would have died off long, long ago.
Second of Spain, known as El Hechizado, the Bewitched. And he was from the Habsburg family, which did a lot of inbreeding for a couple generations. By the time you get to the 1700s, he had mental problems. And then you have...
Inbreeding is such a small factor that it's not even a, how do I articulate this? It's not really a point at all, because the main people who inbred each other for the longest time was royalty, and guess what? Most of them died off because of hemophilia and other effects from that. Let's see, certain Amish groups, yes, they do. And I don't think Amish people inbreed. I've heard that rumor before. I could be wrong. A for Amish, E for epilepsy. Okay, let's continue.
The Romanovs, they came all from Queen Victoria, and they also inbred. And by the time Alexei came up in the early 1900s, he had homophilia. In fact, it was said that...
Homophilia. That's a GG-ism. And here's the thing. I can expect that from George because he's a complete and utter regard. You're a genius. You've been speaking the English language for I forget how many decades. That's clearly an A. I would understand that if you were, this was your, maybe, second, third year of English and not really knowing how maybe that's pronounced. You should know better. Hemophilia.
That's the disease of the kings, of the czars, right? And the Amish are having all kinds of problems, genetic problems of different nature. In fact, some rare genetic diseases.
This is wrong as well. Here's how well he knows Amish culture, because I'm sure most of you are familiar who live in that part of the country where, I forget if it's 16 or 18, they're allowed to go out and experience the world for a while. And they have a decision not to go back if they want. So that completely negates that point. And not to mention, there's some people who become Amish that were never Amish to begin with. And even the Amish people said that if they were willing to settle to their standards, that they would accept new people. This is so regarded. And once again, the Habsburg chin, I've never seen this before. Have you guys? I've never seen anybody with a chin that pronounced other than maybe Jay Leno. And he's not Hispanic as far as I know. Yeah, that whole Amish thing is completely and utterly wrong. All right, let's continue.
Because of 350 years of inbreeding, they came all from the same stock. So it's a great experiment, really, in which they all inbred for 300 years, and from like a stock of maybe anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 people, we have 350,000 Amish today. And after 300 years, you would expect of inbreeding, you would expect to see some problems.
No. All right. Bill, if that's the case, how come so many Amish, and it's common to see people who leave the flock, and they would still be Amish if they left. So therefore, the Amish do intermingle, contrary to popular belief, and there's new people that become Amish, and they don't all have the beard. If that's only a specific subsect of people who are, I forget all the subsects of Amish, because there's some that are really devout, that have no electricity, that only use a, what do you call it? An old stove, like ones where you actually have to light a fire to use. And then there are some Amish who use electricity and modern conveniences. He has no idea what he's talking about here. None. Let's see. Kinds of Amish. Yeah, the old order, the new order, and I know I'm going to mispronounce this one. The Beachy Amish and Amish Mennonites. And each of them, they allow their kids, once they become a certain age, to go out and experience the world. And there are some that don't go back. Razors are for the devil. Yeah, exactly, Nurse Joy. I didn't even see that until now. Exactly. So he is a complete and utter regard. You should stick to... No, even in math, you're just a complete and utter failure. Maybe you should just go back to doing espionage and stealing secrets and selling them to places just to get extra money.
And there you can see what's happened with humans. Okay, if we go with the earliest human-like creature, which would be Erhud, right, 300,000 years ago, to today, I think we had a lot of inbreeding. We all come from that stock. So
okay. So the Urhau, once again, I'm not going to pronounce that correctly because I'm not a paleontologist. All of these are different. It looks like evolution to me. It doesn't look like inbreeding. You've not explained it yet, other than there's been some people. You would have a point if everybody did it. But guess what? I've never dated my sister. My parents didn't date each other. I mean, like in the family. My great-grandparents didn't do that. So you have, like, the past, let's see, how many minutes has he been talking about this now? Almost 5 minutes, completely negated everything you've talked about until now. Bravo.
Adam and Eve, not literally true, but we can trace our lineage to about 300,000 years ago. And yeah, I think that we've been inbreeding for quite a while. And
so it's as... Once again, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. He makes it seem like that he fucks his sister, or that was how he created Bill, which would explain a lot. Because this is just complete and utter regardation that's coming out of his mouth.
Now we're starting to see some of the problems, especially because we have density. Okay, that means that we are all in the same city. Okay.
Unless everybody becomes the same family at one point, which would be near impossible. We're talking hundreds of years of down the road where things like that could possibly happen. Possibly. Because even at that time, people can move. And space travel, it still could be a thing. Who knows with the way humanity is going right now. But terraforming could become possible someday, and we could make places like Mars and places in other galaxies livable. You're making it seem like that inbreeding will become a thing, has become a thing, and will just get worse down the future. And you've not proven that at all with this complete and utter word salad up here.
You maybe have the girl next door, the girl across the street. That's the one you marry, or you marry someone in your town or within your race, and I think that all contributes to our loss of genetic diversity. Anyways, that's my...
He goes on these weird tangents that he's obsessed about. The things that he for the longest time was obsessed with relativity and would say nothing but derogatory things about them, like they were all bourgeois, that they weren't real mathematicians because they all studied at universities where they were getting paid well. It came off as if he was jealous, which he probably was. I wouldn't put it past him if he tried to apply at a couple universities to teach and he got rejected. Probably for that charge of espionage or industrial espionage.
My take on that briefly, right? And then the last one here, fella says, please make a video on your opinion of Danny Vendramini, Neanderthal predation theory. I have talked about Vendramini in the past. I didn't make an entire video on him, but here's a summary that came out of the book he's...
The guy in 2015 looks like he has wearing Depends ready to go to a Metallica concert. Once again, he does these weird Photoshop things straight out of late 2009. The slightly higher resolution version of something that comes from 2009 with these bad PowerPoint texts. Let me let him read the rest of that.
Selling out there. And he says the evolution of modern humans is the result of systematic long-term sexual predation and cannibalism by Eurasian Neanderthals. We turn to...
And indeed, this is George. That's George when he's mad. And if George had kids, this is probably what they would look like.
Complex social societies to fight them off. Okay, I got a couple problems with what Vendramini is saying. The first one, I'm going to have a problem with his version of Neanderthal there. You can see looks a little monstery.
Okay, so this one is out of my field of expertise. So if anybody's familiar with the, and I cannot pronounce that, Vendramini in chat, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because once again, this just seems wrong to me, and I can't explain why because I'm not an expert on paleontology.
He's a little monster. Look at the face.
Or not paleontology.
And I think this is a little
archaeology.
Hollywood-esque. I would go more with the one Boulez drew in 1909, which was the original notion that we had of Neanderthal. And I think I would prefer any of those anyways to the one in 2015 where the guy is... it's that white guy there. And I think...
That white guy. Such disdain right there. That white guy. Oh, the Sasquatch. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This is retarded. I knew what he was saying here was a bunch of bullshit, and I couldn't articulate why until you told me Neanderthal. Okay. Makes sense. And it says it right there.
If a girl had to choose, I think of all three of them, she would sleep with the guy on the right, not with any of the other two.
Well, unless you're somebody in the furry community, then you might choose the one on the left.
And yeah, if you make the one on the right, if you make Neanderthals more, desirable to women, then we can all imagine, yeah, we did sleep with the Neanderthals, and and that's how they disappeared, so...
So the reason he thinks that nobody agrees with the Vendramini theory is because today's modern women don't find him attractive. Is he fucking serious?
What they're trying to sell you is...
And I should know that. Yeah, he is serious.
Extinction theory based on intermarriage with the Neanderthals. And of course, if you put the other two fellows there, then very few people will believe it. But the question is, what did Neanderthal look like? I think it's important. And I would say that Neanderthal was the woolly man. He looked like that guy on the left first.
Isn't he just stating the obvious at this point? Once again, I shouldn't be like not droning. I shouldn't be stammering like this right now. To me, he's just stating the obvious and is just debating with this because it looks more human, which it is possible. But he's not really demonstrating why the Vendramini versus the 1909 one is more true, other than he just thinks it is, and that women interpret the modern one as more attractive. I mean, fuck what men think, right?
And I think if it were me, I would put more hair on him. This fellow lived in very cold climates. He lived in Europe. At the time, Europe had glaciers that extended way down south. So this guy was a snowman. He was a Yeti. Yeti.
He was a Yeti. The abominable snowman. This is why I have a hard time taking him seriously.
Abominable snowman, So, and I would think he was hairy. So I don't think that guy in white, I don't think that's the guy that looked like Neanderthals at all. Yeah, so I think all they're trying to, well, I put the diaper in there, but because, it's so ridiculous for them to put such a white guy, just hearing this shit.
That's a little racist. He keeps mentioning this white guy. So, is he not just saying that people don't... Is he just saying that only white people are attractive? That's the reason why everybody prefer... This is what I'm hearing so far. That the reason people prefer the new one is people are attracted to white people, which sounds as racist as fuck.
Yes, looking good, Mm-hmm. The girls would say, well, I would sleep with that guy, Yeah, no kidding. That's why they can sell the interbreeding theory. But that's only because...
If they put a monkey,
yeah, that's the point.
Doesn't sell as well.
And that's the point.
So, he's a Nazi. That's not too far from the truth. Okay, so where is that channel? Okay, so trying to look for his mathematician. Okay, so what I'm going to show next is his father's theory of people who believe in relativity, what he thinks they all are. And he basically calls them sellouts and liars and basically buying the whole video, as you will see. It's one nonstop cope, both him and a Salieri. All right, so where is it? Add. I don't know why it didn't add. Oh, it did add it. Okay, here we go. This one's going to be a good one, folks. So, oh, there's an intro to this one. Okay. Real video's not as long as this. I think this is just giving some of the backstory. Gotta love the Mega Man music. Yeah, that is the cover of the book, by the way, which I will be covering. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he thought 9/11 was an inside job. Let me pause this for a second. Night Shroud, their whole family is like that. So the person that's sitting next to him is Ace's brother, and I forget his name. And what you're about to see is this is a family reunion. And instead of, you know how in family reunions you have the backyard barbecue, maybe the fight that goes on every year, or in Bill's case, the cousin fucking. You do something normal, like film a music video about how modern math is nothing more than a farce. So this is it. Yes,
The mathematicians have taken over the world.
I'd like to remind you that this was filmed in 2015, and this looks straight from public access. And I do remember when I first saw this, I thought maybe this could have been public access until I noticed the widescreen, which a lot of public access stations still don't have.
The patients have gained control of the asylum. It is the deranged lunatics of Harvard and Cambridge who today run the circus.
Cambridge. Once again, Bill has known English for most of his life. Well, I shouldn't say most of his life. A good 30-something years. It doesn't know Cambridge.
They sift for you the books you read. They tell you what you must believe.
I know, God forbid, you know what? 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It's 4. And I know that because that one book told me so. Something about 1984.
In lieu of understanding, they give you equations.
I know. Who knew that, things like figuring out pi and, trying to think, things like the hypotenuse and other things, those are complete batshit, insane things that you shouldn't be learning in math. This makes me want to go. Actually, guys, Sean, you are right. 1 + 1 does equal 11. There you go. Oh, 1 + 1 + 11. But yeah, this is so kind of nuts. Okay, let's continue.
And provide descriptions rather than explanations. The world has definitely gone mad if relativists and mechanics are in charge.
Yeah, it's totally ended the world. The fact that math has been around for at least 1,000 years. It's been around longer than that. Jesus, I'm not an expert on this subject, but it's had to be around for at least 2,000 years. And the newer stuff, I'm sure, has been around, not as long. But if it wasn't worth studying, why is it in books then, Bill? If it wasn't vetted by, professors and proven to be correct, you're just saying this for shock value, it seems like, and or attention.
So it is fitting that we dedicate the craziest of songs to the mathematicians.
So he calls people mathematicians who do not question, people who teach math. So this could be anybody from a high school teacher. And if they do teach algebra in elementary school, it could go to them too. But it goes all the way from them to college professors, university professors. Anybody who teaches math, and God forbid you being at a university and you using any of those formulas to have theories, those should go right out of the window because they're not correct. Bill is the sole word on the truth, folks. Hey, Sean, he is your only hope for a future. Alright, so to reiterate once again, this is Bill. These are all everybody in his family. And of course, no, this is Eric. That's Bill. None of these people are sane. None of them are. And they all believe his dad is a fucking hero for selling secrets to the fucking Cubans, Chinese, Iranians, you name it. And they do not think any of this is insane.
We are here to tell you we are just a few, but we control the journals out there. We decide what you believe. No,
yeah, use the censor in his comment section. I'm talking about both Bill and
metaphors and tools, we use them on you.
These are all random text things that you could find in Power Director. And I know because I used to use it, some of these. This is almost as bad as Windows Movie Maker.
And you don't understand the difference. That's how our interpretations become rules.
Well, the production of this song is absolutely epic, isn't it, folks? Oh my god.
Got all my funding that Congress passed around, and in return we...
Oh, I'll take some of those euros from you. Did the FBI give you that too? In the kitchen?
Give back nonsense. We write in a language no one can understand.
Oh, come on. For those of you who are good at math, I used to be, it is not hard to figure out how to do certain equations. I mean, when you get into calculus, that is pretty fucking hard. And other forms of math. Then again, calculus is universally hatred. But even once you get into that, if you have a good math teacher, it takes a long time to solve a problem, but guess what? If you follow the correct formulas, it's not that hard to do. I do not know, other than for attention whoring and hoping he'd get money for selling his batshit insane books, which he was at this time. I don't know. I'm gonna be doing my catchphrase from last night. That same one I had for Watt is the same reaction I want to have for all these.
We scribble equations, chalk on the board, and you go get...
What, did they both say different lyrics there? Hold on.
Understand. We scribble equations, chalk on the board.
Somebody said chalk on the floor, and somebody else said chalk on the board. And by the way, one of the people singing is Eric. So this is all a family production. I do have to say, this is a good point. Even back in the early 20-teens, I do not know people who, I do not know, like, specifically in universities and colleges, they all use whiteboards.
You go get the funny symbol.
I know things like square roots and solving for equation A and a problem and then B. There's ways to do it. And as somebody that studied algebra for a little bit, it's not... I mean, what I mean for a little bit, I mean, I did advanced algebra at some point. It wasn't that difficult once you got the basic grasp of how certain equations work. It's like you start off adding 1 plus 1, and that equals 2. And it's the same thing with doing equations eventually. Except instead of adding with numbers, you're adding with letters.
Anything that we don't teach is...
Once again, they're both singing different lyrics at that part. It's as if they're improvising this song. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop it right there.
We don't teach it.
Yeah, one says anymore, the other one I cannot figure what they're saying, but it's not anymore. Okay. So this is something else I've not mentioned yet. So one of the reasons he was e-begging was he claimed that he was poor, wasn't getting any money, couldn't find a job, and in reality, his father paid for his trip to Germany to reunite and do this family reunion. Also went to Argentina, which is his birthplace. He did several videos on his favorite soccer team. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, his favorite pizza place, which he showed his dandruff up close on his beard. What is it with LOLcows and having the tendency to show their chins? It is a place to practice. You know what? You could take out the vocals here and do a new version of that song. That works. That actually works, Lewis.
We tell you that space can warp like bubble gum.
Oh my god, they did it again.
It's just a simulation.
They did it again. They both said different lyrics on the same line.
We don't teach it.
Song produced by Roger, by the way. Written and produced by Roger. This was where, god damn it, went one frame too far. That's one frame too far. That's my life story, one frame too far. Yeah, this was where he sold all the secrets to Intel 2. Yeah, those, like those Pentium processors. That's where they all made them for a while. Yeah, they're full-blown LOLcows. The only reason why I don't necessarily think people should interact with them these days is they would make asses out of themselves non-stop. It's easy LOLcow milk, but it's low-hanging fruit. Like with Chris Chan. It went dry for me after a while, but the reason I stopped doing it was I got the biggest reaction from him when I did that prank. Which I don't know if you saw earlier or not.
We tell you that space can warp like bubble gum. The net is just a simulation. In spite of this, you see.
That is disgusting to play with gum like that, by the way. I don't even know if they crack down on that in school anymore, unless you're making a racket with your gum in class.
And dance to the beat of our.
What the fuck? How hard is it? The chroma-luma effects are not that hard to do. And I would not be wearing a color that's similar to the background if I was doing a green screen. Like, it should have been like something either red, white, or anything other than a dark shade that could possibly match the blue in the background.
We tell you that chance is a particle of mass, and you open your mouth yet wider. Please rule on your own shoes, you stupid dumbass.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh. I forgot how funny this was. I know when I'm trying to sell an idea to somebody, I have to completely fame them and make them feel stupid, because that'll get them on my side. I mean, not having, logical reasons for them to, support my theories. No, I have to completely insult them. Completely dehumanize them.
We tell you that time can stretch like a rubber band, and you run home and kill your grandpa.
What the? That is a what plot twist from hell. Who saw this coming?
You are such an ignorant retard. No worm knows not what. We tell you a star can be compressed into a shot, and that creation was a causeless wonder.
Doesn't break down why. It's just, we believe it's wrong and you should listen to us. I would not be curious. I would not be subbing to a guy like this after I saw this video.
You stretch your ears to hear the thunder. A big bang.
Please go back to that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll do that. I think it's right around here.
You run home and kill your grandpa.
You run home and kill your grandpa. Yeah, this is a typical story of anybody that, you know, is dropped out of math and or you know, who is getting straight A's in math. The first thing they want to do is go home, see grandma, and just shoot her right in the chest, right where the heart is, while she's making some sort of sauce.
You are such an ignorant retard. A worm knows not what.
Even so, it sounds regarded. It sounds completely regarded.
We tell you a star can be compressed into a shot, and that creation was a causeless wonder. And you stretch your ears to hear the thunder. A big bang.
Get it? Because you're stretching your ear, so they decided to make the ear bigger. Oh, I can't... There we go. Come on. You're smarter than this, Asa. You had to go for the obvious joke there.
A big bang.
I imagine this is what George looks like when he... No, George's tits probably sag even lower than that. Actually, this looks more like Carlito, which I shouldn't be comparing him to, because Carlito was awesome. Asa is just a complete and utter narcissistic regard.
Here in my scholars, this gives us the power. We rule your world from classroom pulpit.
Yeah, you know what was really popular in the early 20-teens was wearing a beanie with a fucking propeller on it, which hadn't been in vogue since like the early 50s.
We decide what you may publish and at what hour.
So, yeah, this was his manuscript that I believe he sent to every major university in the world. And I don't know if he still has his website, but I tried to... So, yeah, I did the same thing this person did. I tried to look it up, and I was completely dumbfounded by the end of it. It made no sense. It was like... It was very Francis E. Deck-esque, almost. Except it had a little more cohesiveness to it, but it is still bad. Just... Maverick, we might look at that after we're done with this. Oh, here it is.
We reward ourselves with every noble prize. You memorize all our one-liners. You worship us more than movies.
Oh, God forbid, you know, admiring people, you know, that actually had a proven difference with their theories. It's not like they're teaching... I'm trying to think of some of the antiquated stuff. Like, and I can't... Alchemy, for example. Or, what are some of the old antiquated mathematical stuff? And things that people don't use anymore. But these are all well-established theories and mathematical equations. And I don't get why they're hating on it, other than they want attention and they want money. And they can't get either because people see right through it and laugh.
We are not Mandy, we are just not you, but we control civilization.
Yeah, how hard is it to do a proper screen grab? You could clearly see the box. Really? 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 Couldn't edit this green line out of here?
No intellectual graduates are what we prove. We get all the funding, but money's running out. Time for consternation. Will we escape tribulation?
Yeah, this whole video, I do have to agree, is a cope. It's non-stop cope. People don't like Bill Gates' theories on mathematics. So instead of, still trying to teach people that his theory is correct and maybe finding some other people who will follow him, he's just going to shit on everybody. Brilliant. And I think that's it, essentially. Hold on. Oh, God. Is there anything important after this? Alright, yeah. That was about it. Oh, God. Yeah, so they call mathematicians people who believe in basically modern mathematics and modern mathematical theories. The way that the Wikipedia page is written, it's as if he's correct. It just says it's controversial because I think I'm trying to remember why. But that's not important right now because we have more LOLs to get into. So there was a time when he was stalking people. And that is what I'm going to play next. Because he used to use people all the time for videos. So if he found somebody that was remotely popular near where he lived, and he still lives in Mesa, Arizona. Damn it, I shouldn't have doxed him. He still lives in Mesa, as far as I know. And he would find people in Phoenix or near Mesa to do videos with. And there was this guy named Kyle. And figured out that he was being used and manipulated by him. And when he stopped taking his calls, Asa started stalking him. So this 11-minute video I'm going to be showing you is essentially Asa almost going to horror couch territory here. Because it's very disturbing. Alright, let's get right to it. As George would say.
Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Boink, boink.
Asa, this has been brewing in me for a long time, man. And I knew that I had to make this video to you because I feel for such a long time now, you have just taken advantage of this friendship and you don't truly respect me or value me for things I've done and I've helped you with. A little you might know that Asa actually started monetizing back on his channel again. And that was all because of me.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that. He, for the longest time, said that he was against monetizing his channel and didn't want to resort to e-begging. This was a mantra he had for the longest time. Until after the True... No, it wasn't after the Truco card incident. It was after something else. Oh, what was his name? Because there was a spat where Jay Frieden. Okay. So, Jay Frieden was... Or Jay Friedman, I don't remember. It's one of the two. He is this RPG reviewer. He would do those kind of things. He had a room that looked like a castle and would talk about various games. And Ace Salieri made a review about him, talking about how his videos sucked. And every time he uploaded one, Jay Friedman would flag him. And keep in mind, he's another LOLcow. But the way Asa took it was also LOLcow-esque, because he raged. He asked his fans, especially his people, in which he called the War Room, to false flag his videos. So they were both flagging each other's videos, which caused Ace Salieri's channel to be terminated. So, yeah, I forgot. This was after that happened, and Asa had his new channel.
Ace's IP was blocked at his house. He came over here, and I got his fucking monetization. I have completely lost a lot of respect for him over this whole Encyclopedia Dramatica fucking drama thing, and just things that I know about Asa in real life. And Asa has a real misconception that the world revolves around him. And I've been used as a pawn in his game to attack people and stuff like that. And I really started to realize, you know, he doesn't need me or call me or even want to really hang out or anything unless he's making a video or he has some type of agenda that I fit into. And that's not friendship. Asa loves this. He loves the drama. He loves what's happening. He's going to sit there and tell you that it's horrible what's going on in my family, this and that and everything else. But the simple fact of the matter is, he wouldn't have made a video about it if he fucking didn't love it.
Isn't this funny and how this could be applied to any LOLcow? Like these statements. If somebody else, like that new George, made this kind of video, all these points could be made about him, made about Cyrax, made about that fat ass that I hate. What's her name? Not Crystal. Is it Crystal? Fuck, I forget. But yeah, so it's amazing how this is almost a cut and copy thing of what can be applied to other LOLcows.
You've posted so many private things to your Facebook that anybody can just waltz on and see. Dude, you posted stuff about your daughter's first day of school. You posted trouble that you were having with your wife.
Okay, I completely forgot about this. I'm not going to be showing it, but somebody was able to figure out where his daughter went to school. But keep in mind, Ace Salieri filmed this and accidentally shared it with somebody. They downloaded it and shared it publicly. And obviously, I'm not going to do that because it's not right. Kids don't deserve to be in a spotlight where LOLcows are involved. It's not their fault. But yeah, that was fucked up.
Then you turn around and say, people are fucking picking on me, people are doing this and that.
But yeah, Asa made the whole daughter thing about him. Instead of him being worried about his daughter. Oh, well, they're going to be starting to pick on me again. It all reflected back on Asa.
Asa, you make things readily available for these people to have ammunition against you, and you tend not to recognize that. And it's such bullshit, man. I know you're smarter than that. I don't buy into any of these things that you don't want this. You want all this. And I'm quite fucking sure of it. Man, I I've lost so much respect for you. It's fucking crazy to me. You've made your bed. Now you need to sleep in it. Because, man, all this drama, all this bullshit, all it's gonna do is push people like me who've truly helped you away. Because, man, I want nothing to do with this crap. But people should clearly be able to tell by me making this video that you do have some serious fucking issues, Eric. That you need to address, and you need to fucking change. I'm done with this. I have nothing else to say. So until next time, dear viewer.
So he's mocking Asa there because so next time, dear viewer, was Asa's catchphrase. So yeah, this was literally 24 hours later after he made this video. Asa starts stalking him and calling him nonstop, as you'll see here, and this is when he approaches LOLcow status. Which is another reason why I hope nobody contacts him, because I don't want to feel responsible to trigger this kind of behavior in him again.
11:08 a.m.
Hey Kyle, you really should answer your phone. This is Eric. I really want to know why you've been doing this to me. I never did anything to deserve the treatment I'm getting from you.
Doesn't this sound familiar? I, like George does. In that recent video that we talked about yesterday, that I'm sure other people have already talked about, where, yeah, he was discussing, I'm not going to say her name again, every other word out of George's mouth was me, and how it made him feel, and not her.
And I think I owed an apology from you. If you're a man, you should answer the phone. And if you're not, you can continue being the weaselly little shit you've been. Come on, man. Answer the phone. For once in your goddamn life, be a man and confront your people face to face. Don't make me come on down there.
People. Even Asa knew that was a bad lie on his part.
Force it out of you.
Force it out of him. So, by the way, this is actually Kyle's home right here. This was where I believe one of the skits was filmed. And it's actually disturbing how close to reality it is. And also in this video, they clipped in where Asa is looking inside of his house. It's really creepy. So yeah, this is when he's stalking him in real life. Okay, so this is transitioning back to the skit again.
Hi. Who are you?
Your time of reckoning has come.
Reckoning?
I came to kill you and your entire family, and I want to burn down your house too.
So, are you gonna do...
Oh, the irony is rich here. So, once again, you saw the real video where he was just sitting in his car looking into his home. And this skit, by the way, was filmed, I believe, a week or two before. And he did this to demonstrate how trolling... I'm trying to remember. That people shouldn't troll YouTubers or something like that.
Do that now, or...
Well, maybe I'll do it now. See? punching your door.
Wow, that's very much like George. Oh my god. Now I'm remembering why he started to troll this guy. Him and George have a lot in common.
How threatening I am?
Please stop doing that.
Okay, but I just wanted you to know that I could do that.
Dude, why are you covering your mouth?
Because I don't want you to be able to identify me by my voice.
But I can identify you by your face.
Now you can't identify me.
Would you like to come in and maybe talk about this?
Sure.
I'm just finding this in retrospect so hilarious. Oh god. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be stopping this nonstop. I'm sort of I've not seen this video in about 8 years. I forget, how old is this video? 2013. Oh wow, that is a long time ago. So yeah, at this point, he's been like unraveling for a while. I would say the end page and everything started around 2011, 2012. So this is about the second year of people just nonstop fucking with him. And yeah, he got to a point where now he's not just punching doors, but in real life uses this car that doesn't have a hubcap, which he could easily replace for at least, before the pandemic, probably like what, $20? Go to a pick apart, probably gotten it cheaper than that back then.
So, have a seat, man.
Okay.
So, do you stalk people on a regular basis? Actually, how did you find my address?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. You see, one day I was...
This is, once again, I like to remind you guys that Eric did... It's funny. This we had in common. He did theater acting for many years. So you would think with age he got better. Instead, he got more Funimation sounding.
I was online and I saw this video by a man named M. Ravel, who told me that I should kill you because of all your past transgressions.
Oh god, Joey61. Now I remember that name. Joey61 was one of his biggest fanboys.
Against gamers. And so, well, I'm here to kill you and your family and burn your house down.
Will you stop using that voice?
Okay. Oh, thank you. I was parched.
So, why are you doing this and why do you hate me so much? Please take that cap off.
Okay, so, what I don't get is why do you hate my...
That old video?
Yes, that video.
I mean that a year...
I'm gonna skip ahead because you guys get the point now, and it's gonna repeat at this point. I just remembered that. So at the end of all this, we get to see more irony here. So we saw the threatening video, followed by, where is it? Yeah, him actually stalking him in real life. To all the, now this is all the hypocritical stuff he did. Let's see. Just a few months ago, some of the videos are with Kyle.
Hello, I'm Ace Salieri, and since its very creation, the internet has opened its doors to so many possibilities. Jobs, entertainment, forums, the social media, the internet has no doubt changed the world. And yeah, because of its immersive nature of allowing complete anonymity to people, some have inevitably turned to abusing other people online for their own entertainment. This does not invalidate the positive uses of the internet, however. Feeding into this negativity will not make you truly any happier, and why insult people who are...
Now, here's the irony behind all this. I don't normally recommend LOLcow's videos, his earlier reviewing a reviewer, which was the series that he used to do, that was actually not bad. As a matter of fact, I would say some of them are actually pretty funny. It stopped being funny around the Jay Frieden time when he really started to become unraveled. Like he reviewed Game Dude, Irate Gamer, all these are really going back. Who are also some notable LOLcows that I don't think he ever reviewed DSP, unfortunately. But yeah, anything before that, which I believe was reviewing a reviewer before 13, those were pretty good. But yeah, after that, just complete and utter a mental illness. I mean, you could really start to see it at this point.
They're clearly just trying to rile you up when you can allow us to inject some positivity into their lives. Kyle and Asa proudly present Empathy. Video responses for when you just want to say something nice to someone but don't quite know how.
Oh, by the way, he deleted these right after Kyle left him on YouTube.
After so many years of the internet teaching you otherwise, we have videos for people who've lost hope in humanity. People who are fed up with the world.
Fuck this world. Fuck this world.
I respect you immensely for having the guts to say it. Oh, that's awful nice of you. Videos for people who just need to be reminded how cool they are deep down inside. Locate them right here on my channel and start using them today because, by God, don't you think it's...
Yeah, he stopped that really quick.
It's about time someone said something nice for a change. And if you're gonna limit yourself to answering with a video quip rather than attempting to have reasoned debate, you may as well spread some kind words around rather than just continue the cycle of antagonizing. Right? Yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah, you're lucky that it's my day off today and I have all the time in the world, man. But you know what we need? Let me get a friend. I think we need a...
Okay, so basically this is sort of repeating the same points as before. If you guys want to see this video, what is it called? The Stalking of Kyle, with featuring Ace Salieri. In case you guys want to see that, because I just realized I'm more than 3 hours into streaming. Holy shit. And I want to talk about some of the other lolsy things he has done. So we discussed his book, discussed his batshit insane father. There are some more Kyle videos, but I think I sort of got the idea across. Oh, God. You know, I don't even know if I want to subject you to his cold reading skills. Okay, here's one we can go into. Remember, this is a guy who would constantly ask for money and things from his fans. Constantly e-begging, saying he was out of work, had no money. Would try to sell like cheap little things to get a couple bucks. So, shock of shocks, like George, is a little bit of a gambling addict. Like
hello, dear viewer. Well, I have great news for you guys. I am going to win tonight's lotto, and you know how I know that?
Spoilers, he didn't win.
Because the Irate Gamer has given moi a shout-out. Thanks for the shout-out, Chris. Here's a shout-out to the shout-out. In shoutception, if you will.
I don't know if I'd be complimented if Irate Gamer gave me a shout-out.
Yeah, that's news. There's the link for it. Go watch it. Have fun.
Video's been deleted, of course.
Watching him talk about me. And how I defended him from the people who accused him of being racist. Yeah, Chris Bores is many things, but racist is not one of them. I await the Irate Gamer Sucks blog hatred.
Oh!
Where did I put my umbrella?
Yeah, Lewis, I didn't even see that until now. He did do a review of AVGN, if I remember correctly, because I've not watched his videos in years. I believe it was the e-begging one, because it was the one that got him a lot of unwanted attention. Now, once again, I do have to give him credit on this. The movie did suck. I think this is something we can all agree on to anybody who's watched the AVGN movie. It was a piece of shit. Well, then again, wasn't it produced by that guy with the glasses? Which, if that was the case, that would explain a lot. Because I remember they had a hand in it somehow. Either that, or they had a lot of people from their sphere act in it. Because it was, I love using Funimation for some reason. It was very Funimation inspired. In the worst way possible. Alright, let's continue.
Anyhow, till next time, dear viewer.
So, I found out at this point by somebody else that he went to the casinos once a week. So, this is a guy who claims he's broke, has no money, doesn't work. His wife didn't work either. I don't know if they were getting unemployment or what. I don't think he was getting SSI. So he was either getting money from his dad or some other means. Because it always seems like he had money to do shit like this.
Come on. Come on, Mikey. Oh shit, 2 spins and you didn't even give me a wild yet? Hope you're gonna give me 3 now, buddy. I'm so fucked.
Now this is I can tell that's an addict talking versus a gambler. Because a gambler holds no expectations when, either positive or negative. If you have an ego when you're gambling, you're going to lose money because you're going to expect a big payoff, and of course it blows up in your face. And if you're negative, you tend to bet that way, and I know everybody's going to say it's just luck. There's a little more to it. And if you want to see like a good gambler, watch some of Marty's streams where you can see him play online. That's an example of a good professional gambler. I forgot to mention this. Penny bets, 575 so far. Woo! He high roller here. Okay, so he had $1.70 before. And if memory serves me right, he started off with $100.
Second reel. Dance again, second and fourth reel. Come on. One more.
Also, if memory serves me correctly, he lost the rest of the money that night. I do not think he quit after that. Then again, I've not seen this video in a while, but he uploaded 3 or 4 of these slot machine videos. And I know the rest of them, he tanked. He lost a lot of money. And I think these were one of the few slot machine videos that were recovered that he uploaded.
Dance should do it.
Wow, $25 are going to here.
Put a wild on the first reel too. Dancing. I want to see some dancing, buddy.
Alright, so let's fast forward to see how much big money he won. He won $77, so he still was down, I gotta add the $1.70. So that would have been $78.40. He was down $21.60. Wow. Colossal win after losing $100. Yeah, that's epic, alright. What else do I want to show in terms of Ace Salieri? Because, as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a review of his book sometime soon. So let's see. He uploaded his operation, which I still find weird as fuck. He did a lot of weird videos, which seems like they were just used to get attention. Don't think I need to show the Kyle video, at least the other ones, because the one that was important was the stalking one. Let's listen to some of his cold reads, because at one time, this was early YouTube, there was some sort of Final Fantasy play or something that was going about, and Asa wanted to jump in on it, and he was trying out for several characters. And I don't know if Nurse Joy is here. I hope she is, because I'm sure she's played a little bit of Final Fantasy herself. Imagine some Final Fantasy VII characters that sound like this.
Hello, this is YouTube user Ace Salieri. I'm going to try out for yet another audition. This is for a Final Fantasy VII radio play. I'm going to try different interps, different voices. If any of these work for you, let me know. We'll start with Sid. Captain, I'm the captain.
What kind of accent is that? Captain. It sounds partially like somebody from like a New Jersey accent of somebody that recently had a stroke. That's what that sounds like to me.
My name's Sid. Everyone calls me Captain, though. Our dreams just got bigger and bigger. They put a major budget into it, made prototype after prototype. Finally, they completed Shinra number 26, chose the best pilot in Shinra. No, the world. Mate, I mean, come on. And finally, we get to the day of the launch. Everything was going well. But because of that dumbass Shara, the launch got messed up. And that's why they became so anal.
Yeah, because don't you guys remember when Sid used to say fuck and dumbass, just used to drop all the curse words? Oh, I don't say this often, but oy vey. And I'm not even Jewish.
And so Shinra mixed their outer space exploration plans after they told me how the future was space exploration. They got my hopes up. Damn them.
Hold
and
on.
then it was all...
Did he just say got my hopes up?
But because of that dumbass Shara, the launch got messed up. And that's why they became so anal. And so Shinra mixed their outer space exploration plans after they told me how the future was space exploration. They got my hopes up.
Oh, okay, it was hopes. All right. The part of the problem is when you listen to George so often, you often think people do the same thing. Others do the same thing.
Damn them. And then it was all over once they found out Mako Energy was profitable. They didn't even so much as...
It's not... It takes place in an alternate universe, so technically... Could be somebody from Brooklyn or Jersey, possibly. But that's not where, just based on the caricature, if once again, I wouldn't play Sid in a radio drama. That's not my speed. I would try to do... Who would I be better as in Final Fantasy? No, not Barrett. I don't imagine myself to be any character in the final, at least 7 anyway. Yeah, let's continue.
Look at space exploration after that. Money, moolah, dinero. My dream was just a financial number for them.
Oh my... So we go from generic Jersey, sort of New York, maybe Bronx accent, and now we're generic redneck territory.
Obviously, let's try something different. Our dreams just got bigger and bigger. They put a major budget into it, made prototype after prototype. Finally...
Does that sound much different than the first one? I don't think so.
They completed Shinra number 26. They chose the best pilot in...
It sounds like the previous... the first accent minus the general Bronx, New Jersey thing.
Shinra. No, the world. Me. And I mean, come on. And finally, they get to the day of the launch. Everything was going well. But because of that dumbass Shira, the launch got messed up. Alright, let's try something different now. Maybe they'll...
Wow, that is atrocious.
They'll like something like that. Yeah, dreams just got bigger and bigger.
No! No! Really? So, somebody that's Argentinian did the most stereotypical Mexican accent. Nice.
The launch got messed up. Alright, let's try something different now. Maybe they'll like something like that. Yeah, dreams just got bigger and bigger.
Oh my god.
Captain, I'm the captain. Captain, I'm the captain. Captain, I'm the captain.
Once again, not to comment on acting here, but I did have some experience at one point. This is the kind of stuff that you're supposed to do prior to recording it, let alone uploading it to YouTube. It should have been cut out before the video was processed and published.
Captain, I'm the captain. Yeah, okay, I think I'm done trying out there. Reno, from the Turks. They were Mako eyes. Yeah, alright. Go back to work, back to work.
What? Huh? That's like a general gay California... I'm trying to place it. I want to say San Francisco, but it's not quite that bad.
They were Mako eyes.
This is like weeb. Maybe weeb. I don't know. It still sounds horrible.
Yeah, alright. Go back to work, back to work. Oh, don't step on the flowers. You're too late. Once I push this button, that's all, folks.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, the cringe. I wish Eugene was here right now. Because I know he would be... He'd be sitting so far back in that chair with his head in his hands. This is awful.
You're too late. Once I push this button, that's all, folks. Mission accomplished. Quite bullish. Okay, let's try something different.
It is.
Shinra Corporation, Hojo. As a specimen, she's inferior to her mother. As a specimen, she's inferior to... oh, maybe that will work. As a specimen, she's inferior to her mother.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to be speaking from personal experience here. If there's an accent you can't pull off, don't do it. Case in point. So we were doing a period. I know this is going to sound redundant. We were doing a period piece in no, it was a Shakespeare play, but it was changed from England to France, and we were all supposed to learn French accents. He gave us this YouTube channel where you can develop a French accent, and nobody in the end could cope. It was very hard, and I couldn't do it, so I just said, fuck it. I'm going to do it the way it is, because nothing sounds more awkward in acting than trying to sound like something when it's obvious that you can't do it. Yeah, all of this. Part of me you know, I'm going to link this video to Eugene later just so he says, what the fuck? I think I'm going to end that one there. I wonder if there's any other pertinent videos in regards to Asa I can show you. Because I think I might want to do a little preview of the book and then end the stream. So let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta go here. Turn off this. Then let's see. Microsoft, no, I don't want media player. Maybe I'm supposed to do full window here? Alright, let's add one. Is it display capture? Alright. I gotta shrink this down so it fits the screen. Matter of fact, I'll probably have to do it even more so you guys can see the screen. I apologize for doing this on the fly. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see that all right. Let me just... Okay, I just saw it. Won't be able to look at chat for a little bit. But this has not aged well at all. This whole cover here. And unlike, let's see, Blob's book, which was, what, 70 pages? It was a short book. And the Gorgeous George book, what was that, Lewis? It was about 100 pages, wasn't it? 254 we're going to be dealing with here. Alright, so let's go down here. Copyright 2009. Once again, this is going to be fair use because I'm going to be commentating while I read this. So just to show you all the chapters we're dealing with. So the overture, my second attempt, our first encounter, which is a weird chapter. My second attempt, our first counter. I just find that to be a weird title for that chapter. Okay, so then chapter 4, Turbulent River, Fisherman's Fortune. Dam Keys. Pickpockets and Spies, Cuba, Heaven or Hell, Cuba, Land of Disenchantment, Pepe! Hey, 4chan's involved. Pepe's negative letter, Pepe's confession, the conspiracy, the CIA, and the FBI. The Cat and Mouse, the Grand Defection, turning a spy around, counter espionage, spy steals Intel Pentium, Intel steals spy tapes, the Pentium peddler, out in the open, the Mexican curse. And Eric is proud of this, that his dad did all of this. Imagine if your father, keep in mind, thank God he was gay, but imagine your father was John Wayne Gacy. Would you ever be proud of that? Yeah, my dad, he was a really smart killer. He drugged kids in his bar at his house, and he used to dig various places for them, so he would reenact everything by having them next to him and doing weird things with their bodies. Alright. So we're going to read a little bit of part of this. As you guys can see, this is already far more well written than in previous attempts. I should see if I get a proper PDF reader. Because I can't see what chat's saying right now. Might as well look. I didn't know because he didn't... That's right, I forgot about that. Alright, so let's go back to here. I am a man without a country. So this is the overture, by the way, chapter 1. My allegiance is to myself and to my immediate family. Sure, by putting him in danger by selling secrets to other countries, that definitely would make them safe from spies, I'm sure. My loved ones. Nationalism is a disease you can cure by traveling. What? There's a ton of people I know who travel that don't necessarily lose their patriotism because they do so. As a matter of fact, my best friend who's traveled a little bit is an American patriot. A lot of people I know who've traveled are American patriots. Just because you travel does not mean you're going to lose your nationalism or patriotism. Therefore, people should make it a habit to travel more and talk less nonsense. Is this paragraph really necessary to start off a spy book? Seems like a mini little diatribe, almost something George would write. I've traveled a lot. Did it do me any good? Yes. I learned that my allegiance is to my loved ones and not my country. Then how come you left your kids in America and you travel between Germany and Argentina often? I was punished not for my actions, but for being a man with no country. Well, if you wouldn't be fucking them all over, maybe you would have a country to go to. I was in prison for a crime that was not a crime. And that I did not commit. Selling fucking secrets, it was a crime he did commit. But for which I deserved punishment anyway. I deserved it for following pie-in-the-sky ideals rather than down-to-earth pragmatism. Oh my god. I deserved it for stupidity, for not listening to Neela, who I think was his ex-wife. I deserved it for causing pain to her and to my children. Remember, he loved his children, though. For breaking the first rule of conscience, my allegiance is to my loved ones. I had read this maxim many times, but it did not sink in until after much travel. In other words, much backstabbing in the back, as George would say. I was accused of stealing information from two employers, AMD and Intel, when his son said that he did just that. In the fucking video that he was trying to sell this book to. Major contradiction right there. The leading manufacturers of integrated circuits, popularly known as chips. In the age of information knowledge is power. And stealing knowledge is the gravest of crimes. Bank robbers go to prison. Spies go to the electric chair. Maybe pre-1980 that would have happened. Now you probably would go to like Leavenworth or one of those prisons. Wait, is Leavenworth even still around? Now I gotta look that up. Because I'm not up on my prisons these days. Boy, I completely butchered that. Wait, I did butcher that. Damn it! I'm not going to look anyway. Fuck it. Might as well see what's going on in chat since I did all that for no fucking good reason. I think he's trying to say that you can appreciate the other cultures by exploring them. I know a lot of people who haven't traveled that appreciate cultures. To me, traveling... Keep in mind, I've not traveled out of the country yet, but this is how I imagine it would be. That you're forced out of your comfort zone and have to survive in a country that you might or might not like. I don't think it's a cure, as Bill puts it here. Leavenworth was around when I was in the Army, not sure about now. Yeah, I forget too. I know there's another one too whose name is escaping me right now. But I did not steal information because information is something you can't pick up and carry away. You hear that, George? Boy, I'd love to hear a debate between Bill and this guy. Information is not something you can pick up and carry away. Or deprive it from its rightful owner. I can steal your shoe. I cannot steal your son. I both find that as hilarious as that is just completely regarded. A Russian and a Cuban can sing your song at the same time as you. So according to Bill, ideas, they're nothing more than, for countries to just, copy the blueprints and steal it just because. I mean, it's not like they have legal right to it or anything. No, I did not steal from AMD or Intel. I copied it. And copying is not a crime. I copied information like you tape a TV program. I'd like to remind you that this book was done in 2009. It's talking about taping TV programs. Is videotaping a crime? Depending on what, yes. In Empress's case, yes. And I spread information to others for free. Is gossip a crime? This is just one self-aggrandizing sort of way to try to weasel your way out of a crime. I was a Cold War spy left out, a victim of the circumstances. The quintessential text spoke. A deluded Japanese soldier stranded on an island fighting ghosts for 20 years after the war. I was one of Fidel's soldiers, and that name needs no clarifying. I believed in his revolution and in Lenin's before his. You hear that, Empress? Unlike you, he actually stole secrets because he actually believed in fucking communism. Fucking poser. I spit blood, sweat, and tears for it, but neither Fidel nor his revolution believed in me. Of course, with a narcissist, always has to go back to him. I gave the monstrous idea everything I had, and took my soul too. The ordeal would start like so many things in my life. In my country, in my Argentina, the ordeal would start on the street of Buenos Aires. It was a warm and cool sight. I'm sorry. Whenever I see things like Sunny and LOLcows, I just immediately think of warm and cool, but it automatically goes there. Whoops. Terminal I. Yeah, that's another one. Would you download a car? Exactly. So I just wanted to give this little teaser of the book. If you guys want to read ahead here, you can. But I'm going to be doing a review of this whole thing. How many chapters? 20 chapters. Holy fuck. Good thing they're not very long chapters. Most of them are about, they're less than 10 pages long. Matter of fact, there's some I could probably do 2, maybe 3 of, depending on how large they are. So, I think that's going to conclude tonight's stream. Let me turn this off. And go back to here. Find something good to leave this stream off with. Okay, so why is it not coming on? Oh, because I turned off the wrong fucking one. Alright, so display capture. Is that it? No. There we go. Try it again. Now it doesn't want to come on. Okay, so let me try reloading it. Alright, pot player. This does not want to cooperate with me. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it on some gothic rock since my stream has been nothing but a copyright infringement tonight. You might as well end it the right way, right? So with that, folks, let me turn on the animated background. Thank you guys for coming tonight. It's been a fun one. Yeah, the last 10 minutes will be some just fun gothic rock, dark wave, cold wave, and all that kind of good stuff, synth pop. And thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you next time.
Living home my own, I sing for you the song called the blood.
Cloud Rain so unsichtbar, das Serum selbst gemacht, na klar. Und jedes Licht wird nicht reflektiert, die Sonne verfehlt uns, ich träum davon. In Zürich durchs Hinterhaus, da räumen wir die Banken aus. Uns erfasst nicht eine Kamera und niemand sieht uns, komm, träum davon. Niemand sieht uns, komm, träum davon. Niemand sieht uns, komm, träum davon. Wozu brauchen wir eigentlich Geld? Wenn uns niemand sieht, gehört doch uns die Welt. Und niemand legt uns Ketten an. Ja, niemand sieht uns, komm und träum davon. Heute Nacht wollen wir tanzen gehen. Dein neues Outfit ist wunderschön. Niemand nimmt Notiz davon, denn niemand sieht uns. Komm und träum davon.
¿Por qué te fuiste? Ya no importa nada si no estás aquí. Mi alma se va secando, poco a poco se va marchando sin ti. Ya no estás, ¿por qué te fuiste? Ya no importa nada si no estás aquí. Mi alma se va secando, poco a poco se va marchando sin ti. Yeah.
jungle.